And Angela's son this morning.
Yes, and a very special guest in the studio. I love this term, Ange, 65 roses, because a friend of mine, his daughter has got cystic fibrosis, and I've been involved a little bit on some of the fundraising things they've done, and I saw a number plate, 65 roses, by some of the people who are involved in the organisation. I was thinking, 65 roses. And, of course, the story is that there was a little boy trying to say the term, he was suffering, he tried to say the term cystic fibrosis, and all he said was, "I've got 65 roses."
Oh, how cute.
And became sort of the catch cry for the organisation. And Nathan Charles, you'll know him from the Western Force. He's a hooker at the Western Force and a star in his own right, but he's also a star on behalf of cystic fibrosis because, actually, Nathan, I believe you suffer from the illness as well.
I do. I was diagnosed at 3 months of age and have dealt with it ever since.
Wow. Tell us about that.
Well, it's the most common genetic disorder in Australia. 1 in 25 people actually carry the gene, and most of whom don't know that they are carrying it. And then I think for two people to come together and have a baby with cystic fibrosis, 1 in 25,000. So, I mean, it is pretty common, and just trying to create more awareness and then raise those much needed funds to create that vision of lives unaffected by cystic fibrosis.
So how do you go then, suffering from CF and playing rugby? How do you do it?
Professional rugby.
Yeah.
I'm quite fortunate. I've got a mild case, and then I guess for me, I like to get out there. The exercise is the best medicine, and playing rugby and being active every day is sort of a substitute for the chest physiotherapy that most kids with CF have to go through. But on the other end of the scale, like I said, I'm quite fortunate. Not everyone with CF can do what I'm doing. So, yeah, lucky to have the support system I have.
Yeah, 31st of May is Cystic Fibrosis National Awareness Day and 65 Roses Day, of course. And you're encouraging people to get on board by taking the 65 Roses Challenge, which is doing something on that day that relates to 65. So walk 65 Ks, Ange?
Don't think so.
This is more like me. This is more like me. Eat 65 cupcakes. No.
That would be a challenge, actually.
Bake and sell 65 cupcakes. Lose 6.5 kilos.
Maybe we could do that.
I could definitely use that. But that's the idea, Nath?
Yeah, this year they've gone more down that challenge, sort of people get out there and do things. And if you head to cysticfibrosis.org.au, you can set up a little fun thing there and go and raise some money and go out and have a bit of fun.
Yeah, because it is, I mean, you've got a mild case, but in all seriousness, it is a tough disease and it can shorten young people's lives.
Oh, definitely. Even though I do have a mild case, if I don't look after myself, I can deteriorate quite quickly. So it's about being on top of it and being proactive about the disease and doing everything you possibly can to stay healthy.
Now, Nath, you won't believe Angela's son in the newsroom at Channel 7 yesterday. This game started, the Force game started against the Chiefs at about 3:30. About 3:35.
Well, to be expected. Hello. It was his second Super Rugby try. It was fantastic.
Yeah, Paddy crossed over for 2 last night. So he had a really good game. Unfortunately, the boys went down by 1, but we're looking forward.
Yeah. I know you guys, you look at the fact that you lost and that sort of flattens things, but Ange was classic. And then she'd done the 4:30 news and just finished at 5, and then Paddy scored his second try. It's her boyfriend, if you didn't know. So I get on the phone, I ring the makeup and goes, "Ange, there you. Angie scored again." That was brilliant.
Well, he was just on fire, you know. It was unbelievable to get 2 tries in one game, and he only scored his first ever Super Rugby try just a few weeks ago. So it's just, I'm shocked, I'm amazed, I was so proud.
The funny thing was, when you rang up and told him, I believe, he wasn't that excited.
No, he wasn't, because, of course, they lost. So he's a team player, our Paddy, isn't he?
So you can imagine that, Nath, can't you? Ange getting on the phone, "Oh, well done, love."
I was like, "You superstar."
That was great. Oh, yeah. We lost.
Yeah. He goes, "We lost, you know." I went, "Oh, yeah, I know, but you had a great game."
Still flattened up.
So where do you think the boys went wrong, and where do you think they can improve for next week?
I thought, coming up against the Chiefs outfit, they're always, being the defending premiers, they're such a strong outfit all across the field, 1 to 15. And one thing that I think let us down last night was the discipline. Early in the game as well, the Chiefs kept popping over 3 points for penalty after penalty after penalty. And they built a lead that we need to play chase-up, catch-up rugby. And in those conditions, in the weather, it was too difficult to play that sort of rugby. So discipline was the biggest thing for me.
And the scrums, look, they really struggled during the scrums.
Yeah, well, especially when Kieran Longbottom got yellow carded.
Yeah.
I mean, we were one man down there, and I think Paddy jumped on the
Paddy
scrum.
actually jumped
Yeah, so
on.
I think he was sticking his head up things he wasn't used to sticking his head up. So, you know, like being one man down in scrum especially, like you do
Yeah.
struggle. And but I think the boys were quite courageous in defence again last night.
Yeah, he's Superman, Paddy. There's no doubt about it. So it's 65, as in the number, 65roseswa.org.au. Register your challenge for the 31st of May and do something that relates to 65 roses, even if it's walking 6.5 kilometres or whatever.
Yeah, I
and
think we
raise
could
some money.
handle that.
Yeah, we'll go for that. Hey, Nathan, thanks for coming in and making the effort on a Saturday morning. I know it's always early for the footballers, but we appreciate the effort and we wish you all the best with your health challenge and your footy career, and we'll get right behind this.
Thanks for having me in today, guys.
Nathan Charles from the Western Force.
Yeah, good on you, Nath. All right, some results on the Dead Set Legends scoreboard for SGIO next.
Here I am waiting, I'll have to leave soon.